Hello, my people. Good day to you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whatever time zone you're listening to this, thank you for tuning in every single day to listen to me on Daily Mind Shift. My name is Michael Ojola for Mindset Transformation Africa. And on today's episode, I still want to talk a little bit about your brand, your life as your brand, your destiny as your brand, the all you as a brand. So let me anchor today's episode on this particular statement. What you are committed to and how well or poorly you execute your jobs and your goals makes the difference between your life being an asset or your life being a liability. What you are committed to and how well or how poorly you execute your jobs and your goals makes the difference between your life being an asset or your life being a liability. That is what I want us to think about for a moment. Let's sit with that statement for a while. What does commitment mean to you? For some, it is a promise. For other people, it is a decision to stick to something no matter what. But let me challenge you to think about commitment in a more deeper way, in a profound way. I think commitment is about aligning your energy, your focus, and your actions together with what truly matters to you. It is not just about saying, I want to do this. It is about declaring that I will do this and I will see it through no matter the cost. That is commitment. Here's the thing. You are always committed to something. Even when you think you're not, you are always committed to something. Even if you think you are not, let me repeat that. If you are not committed to growth, that means you might be committed to comfort. If you are not committed to success, that means you might be committed to excuses. If you are not committed to building your dreams, you might be committed to helping someone else build their own. The question is not whether you are committed or not. It is what are you committed to? It is what are you committed to? And whatever you commit to will shape your life. See, commitment is the starting point, but I believe execution is where the rubber meets the road. You cannot be committed to a goal, but if you fail to execute it well, or let me reiterate, you can be committed to a goal, but if you fail to execute it well, or worse, if you fail to execute it at all, your commitment becomes meaningless. You are just rambling. You are not somebody that can be taken seriously. See, execution is about the discipline to follow through. It's about showing up even when it is very hard. It's about delivering results, not just telling us your intention. Poor execution turns good ideas into wasted opportunities. You need to remember that. You need to also remember that mediocre execution leads to stagnation. You won't be able to move forward if you just do anything anyhow. And excellent execution will be the thing that will transform your dream into reality. When you combine strong commitment with excellent execution, you become unstoppable. And that is what I want you to become this year. Unstoppable. I'm talking to you as I'm talking to myself. Become unstoppable, because life will show up as either an asset or a liability. Your life will either be seen as an asset to the society, to your family, to your friends, or whoever, at your workplace, or it's going to be seen as a liability. Do you understand? You cannot change how people will see you. I mean, you can only change yourself. That is the only way for you to be able to change other people's perception of you. Let's talk a little bit about the core of today's message. Your commitment and execution determine whether your life is an asset or a liability. What does that even mean? For your life to be an asset, I think it means that your existence brings value to yourself first, to other people, to the world around you. Your existence brings value. You are a person who builds. You are a person who contributes. You are a person who lifts others up. Your presence makes a difference. On the flip side, a life that functions as a liability takes more than it gives. It's always about taking from people. It's about draining other people. You are not even seen as someone that is contributing to anything. It drains people of energy. You drain yourselves even of energy, of resources, of trust. It becomes a burden. Whenever you are or enter a room, you are seen as a burden, not just for other people, but also for yourself. here's the truth that I want to take away today. No one wants to live as a liability. I know. No one wakes up and says, I want my life to weigh other people down. But if you are not careful, if you are not intentional about your commitment and your execution, you might find yourself drifting into the space that is called liability. So how do you take control of your life? I think it starts with identifying what you are truly committed to. I want you to ask yourself today, what are the things I claim to be committed to? Do my daily actions align with those commitments? Am I prioritizing the right commitment, or am I wasting my energy on things that don't really matter? Here's an exercise that I want you to take today. Take out a piece of paper and draw 2 columns, all right? In the first column, maybe your left column, write down what you believe you are committed to. In the second, your right column, write down the actions you've taken in the last week that reflect those commitments. Be honest with yourself, because now your life be this, so that's your life, man. It's not about me talking to you. It's about you listening to me and hearing yourself so that you'll be able to make decisions that will better you. So be honest. This exercise is not about judging yourself. It's about gaining clarity. You need to see where or what is wrong with you. If you say you are committed to personal growth, but your actions show you've spent more time scrolling social media than learning from the social media or whatever, or even improving yourself, that is a wake-up call. That should tell you where your attention lies. That is to tell you, if you keep going like that, you are more likely to end up a liability than an asset. All right. Once you've identified your commitments, the next step is to set clear goals. Why? Because vague commitments lead to vague results. You cannot say, I will better my life today. That is vague commitment. How will you do that? That is the real commitment and where the action will come from. For example, if you say, I want to be healthier, what does that actually mean? Does it mean you eat better, exercising more, sleeping well? See, without a clear goal, your commitment is like a ship without a destination. It's just going around aimlessly. And here is how you will set goals. I've talked about goals. Last year, I spoke extensively about goals. Just be specific, like SMART, specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, time-bound. That is SMART framework. Be specific. What exactly do you want to achieve? Be measurable. How will you know when you've achieved it? Be realistic, all right? Is this goal achievable? Given your current resources, given your current weaknesses, given your current constraints, can you realistically achieve this goal? And then you set a timeline. By when will you achieve this particular goal? Do you understand me? Clarity like this turns commitment into a roadmap, into a clear roadmap that you can follow through. So now let's talk about the hard part as I wind this episode up. You need to execute your goals. You can set the best of all goals, but if you don't execute, it's just a piece of paper. So execution is where most people struggle. They start strong, but when motivation fades or obstacles appear, you lose momentum. Here's how to improve your execution that I believe will work for you. You break it down, all right? Big goals can feel overwhelming, so you break them down into smaller, manageable steps. You break them down. Focus on what you can really do today, what you can do immediately, and try as much as possible to eliminate any form of distractions, because they will kill all your action. Distractions kill actions. All right. Identify the things that steal your time, steal your energy, whether it is social media or some of your friends, unproductive habits, toxic people. Just minimize them, and then you build discipline. Seek accountability. Be accountable to somebody, be accountable to people, so that they will be able to check your behaviors that are not leading to success, all right? And whenever you execute poorly, that is not the end of your life. Learn from failure. Do you understand me? Learn from failure. You need to turn your life into an asset. It's not just about big accomplishments, about little things. Showing up on time is one way to turn your life into an asset. Keeping your promises, one way to turn your life into an asset. Giving your best effort, even when no one is watching. That's another way for you to turn your life into an asset. Do you understand me? So it's important for you to know that there is a danger associated to becoming a liability. Liability drains than uplifts. It's the person who always has excuses but no results. So today I challenge you. Take an honest look at yourself right now. Are you living as an asset, or a liability? Are your commitments aligned with your goals? Are you executing with excellence? If the answer is no, don't despair. You have the power to change.